Grimsby Town 2, Manchester City under 21s 2. Manchester City under 21s end up winning the game by 4-2 on penalties. Grimsby started the game quite well, actually, to be honest with you. They started to pass the ball around well and looked fairly comfortable. And then there was a bit of a debacle, a bit of a right mess at the back, and caught Harvey Cartwright out. Again, sometimes playing out from the back can cause a right issue, and it did, and it was just sloppy play from Grimsby to give Man City the first goal. The second goal, good goal by them. We just seemed to fall flat after about half an hour. We still hadn't really created anything directly, and Man City looked 2-0 without really having to do anything. And I'll be fair, the Mariners were below par for most of that first half. Second half, though, Hurst did change it. At the end of the first half, Charles Burnham really, he looked like he wasn't even there. Glennon had a tough game, but he slowly got into it. But in the second half, Hurst brought Clifton on for Vernon, and that made a massive difference. Obviously, Pyke got his first start in a Grimsby shirt as well, as did the new lad from West Brom. Jamie, he started game, and he does look very composed on the ball, and I think he could be a welcome addition to us over this period. But going into the second half, we needed something else, because they'd got sent off sort of like half an hour into the second half, into the first half, and to be fair, for the final 10 minutes of the first half, we barely troubled them. Put any pressure on them, it was kind of a difficult watch, to be honest. Ganoa tried a few times to get in there, and try to make something happen. It was just at times really, really difficult to watch. Evan Corey did okay in patches, and I mean only patches. But in the second half, Town was so much better. Bringing Clifton on, which brought the energy on that we hadn't got first half, and I was sort of pleased to see the tempo go up. Once we started to make Man City's team play long, they were struggling to find their way through. Some of our corner decisions, though, baffled me. Okay, you try and do a short corner once or twice, but I think we did about 3 or 4 of those, and they never worked, or we ended up having to play backwards to come again. And there's times where they broke quite well. We won quite a lot of throw-ins. We won some fair free kicks. But when we did get the ball in the mixer, probably about the last 20 minutes, when we really, we're getting corners, we were starting to put the ball in the mixer, they were struggling. And putting a ball in, of course. I think the only issue I found watching the first half and that second half, that Town have with playing the one up front, I heard Stuart Watkins say this on commentary, is when the ball's coming across, you've got the isolated striker, which was Rakeel Pyke. He got through 90 minutes, but he was the isolated striker. And the reason is, I think if you've got that kind of situation, then the other winger or wing back needs to come in a bit to support the striker, because a lot of time where the ball could have been sort of knocked on, it went right across or didn't even get there. It was so frustrating, and again, it showed the way that the minute you need that second striker. Obviously, not having Donovan Wilson available, unfortunately, we can't play with the second striker, which Paul would like to do, I think. But at the minute, he's only got the one striker that he can play. But then you need to know when. If the right winger goes on charging forward, then the left one comes in, and vice versa, to help the striker. We did get a goal back though in the second half. I think it was Harry Clifton. The ball was in our first look. It was Rakeel Pyke that got it. I think it was Harry Clifton that got it, or it's an own goal off the Man City defender. Ball in the box. It got into the second phase and it landed. It went in. With about 20 minutes. So with about 15 minutes to go, not 20 minutes, about 15 minutes to go, it was all hands to the pump, really, for the Mariners. And for that next 22 minutes, because there was 7 minutes injury time, we dominated them. We were far the better. The tempo was far better. Fete had a far better second half than he did first. Was running to the byline, getting balls in the box. Things just weren't landing. And then we started to get chances off, started getting shots off, and we were just so much better second half. And as it was going into injury time, we kept on pushing with the free kicks and things like that. And on the 91st minute of the game, we again got the ball in the box, a bit of a scramble, and then it fell to Rakeel Pyke, and he just poked it in from about 8 yards, and that made it 2-2. And really should have won it. Could have won it. I won't say should have won it, but could have won it. About 2 minutes of injury time left. That was again great ball played in, great ball played through, and Rakeel Pyke was just offside. He took the goal nice, but just offside. When I looked at it again, it was just off. But unfortunately, that wasn't to be, and it ended up going to penalties, and Grimsby were beaten 4-2 on penalties. Anthony Glennon missed the first one, and the decisive one was Arthur Ganoa's penalty, which good save by the keeper, but there were good heights for the keeper as well. So Man City come away with the win. To be fair, in the first half, again they were better. Second half, we bombarded them. We did also have a shot that their keeper had to make a very good saving, tip it over the bar. It was a good fight back, but we really should never have been put in that position, which we put ourselves in. Like I said, I think we need probably a couple more before Friday. because I think we need another striker just to be able to play the two up top, because whoever's playing up front on his own is getting so isolated, and that is what's the problem. I think if Donovan's not going to be back in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we need to get somebody else in, because Paul did say in his post-match, we've got 2 strikers, Danny Rose and McKeel Pyke. And McKeel, that's his first 90 minutes of the season. Obviously fatiguing, I think, so would he be able to go again on Saturday against Gillingham? Don't really think so. He might be able to give us 20 minutes or something. But I think, that the deadline is Friday. But the new boy, who I haven't done I think I'm from West Brom, he looks really good. He looks really composed on the ball, plays it calmly, plays simple balls well, and like I said, looks really composed. So a good debut for him, really. I think Jamie Andrews. I think Andrews will do a job. I think he's kind of like that deep lying midfielder with a good through ball, and Paul says good dead ball delivery. Promising debut for him. I think that it might take him a little bit of time to get used to the way we do things, but we've got to cut out the silly mistakes. It just shows when Town go for it, which we did second half, Town can cause a lot of teams issues. But at the minute, why are we having to go behind before we click into gear? And it wasn't until about the 50th minute where we clicked into gear. And I do think if that had been a full men's team, I think we'd have lost, because they were starting to be bereft of ideas, and that would have been probably just the inexperience of the lads. That's all. But in the end, I think it's a creditable draw. Gives us a point. Obviously, Salford with that penalty at Salford, not Salford. Manchester City with that. I'm in the right area, but enough about Salford. Man City get the extra point to the penalty win. Promising, but we've got to cut out those errors. We really do. We're not going to get anywhere without stopping errors, because that first goal, that was absolutely, that was appalling. In fact, I'll be honest with you, that was crap. That first goal. Town have got to cut out those errors, otherwise, we'll keep getting punished. So it ended Grimsby Town 2, Manchester City 2. Manchester City's under-21s went through. Got the added point for the 4-2 win on penalties. If you were one of the 1,070 people that were there, do let me know what you thought of the game. Leave your comments down below. Leave any questions for me. Please do like, please do share, please do subscribe, and I'll be back with a League 2 preview later on in the week, but including, in fact I might do that tomorrow. Look out in the next day or so for that. I will obviously, leading up to the last couple of days of the window, any more Grimsby business, I will keep everyone up to date with, and if I hear anything, I'll keep you all up to date. So please do like, please do share, please do comment, and please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. This could be a very busy week for the Mariners as we head towards a home game against Gillingham. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.